Welcome to the latest edition of Daf Discussions. The pshat we got from our Rav is that it is mutar and chol moed to record a video of our shiurim. So we will be continuing Be'ezras Hashem. Today we will be discussing Daf Lamed Daled, which was a couple of days ago. The bottom of the Amid of Shemi Yirthiach. We're going to be discussing the inyan of Shemi Yechata B'Cholim and the Shitas Rashi of Havaarah. The Gemara says in the bottom, why can't you do hatmana on Shabbos and something which is Ein Moisef Hevel? We're afraid you're going to heat it up. Rashi explains that you're going to find that it cool down because it's Ein Moisef Hevel. So it's a Gedera you're going to come to do Bishul. Therefore, you can't do hatmana on Shabbos and Dover Ein Moisef Hevel. The Gemara continues a little bit over HaMoisef Hevel is also on Erev Shabbos, and the Gemara comes out Shemi Yechata B'Cholim. So that's what the Gemara over here says. It's Gzeira of Mevashel. That's how Rashi explains the Gemara Shemi Yirthiach. Now, the Rosh points out in the next parak Kira Siman Yud, that from Rashi it would seem that you could yesh Bishul achar Bishul. Rashi Pirish El is a Siman Alf actually. Rashi Pirish El Gzeira Shemi Yirthiach Kadesh and Stan Shir Sal Mina Yezachana V'Nimtza Mevashel B'Shabbos. Turns out Mevashel. So the Mad Nushav B'Tavshel Mevashel and Stan Shaykh B'Bishul. So that's what the Rosh proves from Rashi. But the Rosh at the end of Siman Yud, he didn't want to say that, so he wrote down our Gemara. So he asked the Kasha, it would seem from there that Yesh Bishul Haka Bishul, as Rashi explains, Hasam Lav Mishum Bishul, El Mishum Shemi Yechate. It's not a problem of Bishul, we're afraid you're going to stoke the coals. Now, the Rosh doesn't say the Farish what he means, but he passed to me to say the Shemi Yechate B'Cholim is Havaarah. You're going to stoke the coals and it's going to catch on fire. That's a problem of Havaarah. So we want to know first of all why Rashi didn't explain Shemi Yechate because of Shemi Yirthiach because of Havaarah. And additionally, even when the Gemara does say Shemi Yechate B'Cholim, Rashi never says that it means Havaarah. It would appear that Rashi's Shita Adarab is very mashma that even the Shemi Yechate B'Cholim is a problem of Bishul. That when you soak the coal, it's going to come to cook more, and that would be a problem of Bishul. Rashi never says the problem of Havaarah. So the question is, why did Rashi never explain that the inyan of Shemi Yechate B'Cholim is Havaarah? So we're going to explain three possible solutions to explain this. First one is based on a Gemara later on Daf Kuf Vav, that the Gemara has a machlokes. Whenever someone's makalkel, it's pater chutz michayvel u'mavir. That's a Ravol shita. That mavir, even if it's makalkel, you burn something, you always chayiv because that's what mavir is. It's the makalkel. So Rabbi Yechon told him back only poked on the chayvel mavir ain't a mission. It's not true. The mavir b'tzarkel la'afrei. And the Gemara continues, Machlokes Rav Shimon, Rabbi Yehuda, upon this Machlokes in the Gemara, Rabbi Yochanan Bavo, if Mavir is ever chayiv, Yesh Omer, that only chayiv of Mavir is when he's tzarech la'after, he needs the actual offer to use it for something, he wants to burn it. But any other reason, such as using the heat, that would be a mekalkel. So you can say very simple. Rashi didn't say the reason is mekalkel, the reason is Havaarah, because he wanted to explain the Kuli Alma, and some say there's no problem with Havaarah because it's considered mekalkel. Teretz number one. Teretz number two. It's based on the Avnei Nezer. It's based on the Gemara Pesachim. I'll just say where I got it from. The Avnei Nezer quotes that there's machlokes the Rambam and the Ravid with regards to heating up a gecheles shel matchis. The Rambam says you're chayiv because of mavir. The Ravid says what about mevashel? So it's not clear how to learn the Ravid. Some learn the Avnei Nezer in Siman Reish Lamed Ches and a little earlier in Siman Reish Chav Tes in Arachaim. So someone derived, I think, brings down the Lecha Mishnah that Shitas derived is Takta Gechel Shel Matchis. There is no Mavir, there's only Bishul. So why? So he suggests a possibility based on the Gemara Pesachim Afayin Hey. The Gemara has a shaila if Gechel Shel Matchis, the Gabi Korban Pesach, is considered Sli Eish. The Gemara wanted to say that it's not Sli Eish. You need a special riboy that it works for let's say Mikvah, whatever the case. So for Gemara Gechel Shel Matchis Lav Eishu. How could it be that's not Eish? How do you burn a baskoyim? Sil shever is a kel shel matchis. And so the Gemara Shani Hasan Makrava Ish Tisarev Lav is called Shrev is a boy is mina Eish. Gemara says a kel shel matchis is not Eish, just by was exeris akosov by baskoyim. Now the Gemara on the base does have a different pshat. In other words, it is definitely that it's I don't know if it's a maskono, but there's definitely it's in the Gemara not like that. The kel shel matchis is a Eish, but in Yunenu so Avnei Nezer wants to say that's the right Shita. Al Kapon, we can say Rashi, since it's a machlokes in the Gemara, so and according to the Shita, Gechel Shel Matches is not an Eish, so we know Havaarah. And the gzera of Shemichat B'Cholim is the pashut by all Cholim. Otherwise, you could say that the gzera should have only been by Chel Shaletz. It's mashma even by Chel Shalmatchis. So how would that stem with those shitas? Rashi wanted to explain it for all shitas. Even the shitas that hold Chel Shalmatchis don't have Havaarah. So he just wanted to always explain the Shemavashal. Okay, those are the first two trusim. So these two trusim are both saying that there's no Havaarah in the Gechelas at all. Now the third teretz, which in my opinion is the best teretz, would say even if you'll assume that lighting a Gechelas does have an issue of Havaarah, however, stoking the flames does not have Havaarah. Why? The Gemara, there is two. It's clear from the Gemara. We'll bring that in a second. Increases that chav that a coal. I don't know the exact matzias. It has two components. There's bringing out the heat, and then there's heating up the fire. There's making the fire bigger. The Gemara says, "Uli at the end of the fourth parak, Tanarabot and Krisus Chafam Beis. Achoyte gecholim b'Shabbos l'hischamein bohem. You're mechata b'cholim Amish Gemara. The Havaarah mehelein, but the fire got bigger by itself. Toni chod chayiv, Toni dech pater. The mechayik chayiv pater. So the Gemara says, "How the Tani chayiv kasavar melacha shein etzricha legufa chayiv alet." How the Tana pater is melacha shein etzricha pater. It's a melacha shein etzricha legufa if you're chayte gecheles for the heat. Zok Rashi. He doesn't need to burn them. All he needs is to make it hotter. I don't know the exact mitzvahs, but it seems that it's possible theoretically to take out the heat even without making the fire bigger. But even if not, the Gemara clearly calls this. If the guy's chayes b'cholim for the heat to make it hotter, he just wants the heat. He doesn't need anything with the flame. The Gemara calls him melacha she'en tzricha legufa. So Rashi, very simply, he wanted to explain the gzera of Shemi Yirthiach Shemichat B'Cholim. The Kuliyam is therefore he said whenever you find it, it's not a problem of Havaarah. It's a problem of Mevashel. Now the Ramat Chabanet in the Sefer Magen Avis just arrived today from Amazon.com, I believe. He quotes Taka, the Sefer. He quotes. I can't find it, but he asked this kasha on the Rosh. How could the Rosh say that it's Shemi Yirthiach, that it's a problem of Havaarah l'chayra? It's not like that in the Gemara in Masechta Krisus. So it's Taka kasha on the Rosh, and all these truths which you just said are really kashas on the Rosh. That how could he say that pshat l'chayra? Either it's makabel or yichel shomat. All these shitas is no din Havaarah, so they're not going to agree to the svara of atmona v'tzarachin.